Hi guys, it's markabusi here and we're back with another reaction, and today we're doing the documentary The Rise of Bangtan Chapter 1, which as far as I'm aware is a documentary about BTS and the hardships that they went through in order to reach the level of fame that they've reached. So I figured if I'm going in and doing more BTS videos, I really should understand where they've came from. I think that would help me a bit, because I keep on going in and just making flippant comments, I would like to say, and then the people in the comment section correct me and go, no, and you don't know what you're talking about. And they're right, they're correct. So I figure let's rectify that by going in, checking out the documentary, and then doing a wee bit of learning, doing a wee bit of education, a wee bit of learning. I would like to say, guys, this is an edited version that you're watching on YouTube. If you would like to see the entire version, that will be up on Patreon at patreon.com/markabusi. If you would prefer to just sit and watch the edited version, that's fine, because that's what you're currently doing.
(2013년 1월 7일) 랩몬스터의 일지. 새로운 한 해가 밝았다. 방PD님이 어제 나에게 말씀을 해주심으로써 뭔가 구체화된 것 같다. 그리고 집에 가서 혼자 자기 전에 앉아서 많은 생각들을 했다. 뭔가 정말 각성하고 포텐셜을 한번 폭발시켜볼 생각이다. 인생을 마음먹은 대로 살되 마음대로는 살지 않겠다. 그렇게 다짐하고 올해는 정말 나의 해로 만들고 싶다는 생각뿐이다. 그래서 그렇게 2013년 1월 7일 랩몬스터일지 끝.
This whole phenomenon around Korean entertainment is interesting because people are adopting it as a lifestyle.
Well, K-pop is Korean pop, and the thing that is just most remarkable about it is that it really is the all-in-one package. K-dramas, your K-food, the K-beauty. It really rolls into one, and you start slowly but surely kind of getting into the entire K-culture.
How big is the K-pop market? $3.4 billion. They can sell out shows really quickly. We're talking about arena shows that can sell out in about 2 hours.
It's this really diverse, young audience who are so enthusiastic.
Psy's Gangnam Style was the one that put it, on the world's radar. But, Psy isn't even necessarily the archetype K-pop Korean celebrity.
There's a couple of things that I've learned. RM stands for Rap Monster. See, this is the bit that I thought was interesting before, because, and this is kind of why I wanted to go into this, the whole K-pop scene is more than just music. And I'll be honest, I kind of wrote it off at the start and was like, as a music reactor and somebody who's trying to kind of dive into different aspects of music and learn more about it and stuff, it would be kind of disingenuous of me to just go and completely write off K-pop as just that's an industry that I have no interest in. I at least want to learn about it. If I don't like most of it, fine, but I at least want to go in and check it out. And then I figured K-pop's like one thing that's really quite an interesting subculture, but then BTS have kind of come up through that, but are outliers to that, and the story of how they've done that is quite interesting. I think that's why I'm like, yeah, we're going to do that's why we're doing this. For those of you who are watching on phones, you are going to struggle with the subtitles. I have just realised that. So, in an act of generosity that I don't normally display in this channel,
the saying, stars are born. K-pop stars, however, are not born. They are made.
After the Korean War in 1953, Koreans finally achieved true democracy in 1987 by obtaining direct election rights. And this led to a breeding of a new generation of teenagers that were focused not on the collective goal or ideal, but individualism and uniqueness. However, the music industry failed to recognize this completely different consumer base.
South Koreans became familiar with Western pop culture. Western pop music developed with phonographs and radio stations. South Korean pop music, on the other hand, developed with the television. What we know as K-pop now really started in the early 90s.
Then came Sataji and Boys,
who combined Korea's pop music with the Western influences of rap, rock, techno, and R&B, and started the craze that we know today.
This is what the teens were exactly craving for. It was like showing a light bulb to people living on kerosene lamps.
They keep on tackling social issues like reunification, environment, drugs, education. The Tupac of K-pop.
Sataji and Boys disbanded after just 4 years. Sataji changed the way Korean music and Korean society operates and thinks.
Now corporates see money in K-pop and idol businesses.
But what is the process behind generating South Korea's idols?
행사라던가 그 학교, 로드 캐스팅, 뭐 백화점, 뭐 어디든지 가서 그 인재를 발굴하는 그런 캐스팅 과정을 거쳐서요. 20-30명 정도의 그 좋은 친구들을 한 6개월에서 4-5년 정도 길게는 그렇게 트레이닝을 하게 되죠.
Apprentices are here from 1 to 10 p.m. for 4 hours of lessons and 5 hours of practice. If they go to school, they have to be here from 6 to 10.
Singing class, dance class, house class, rap class, acting class, and language class. I receive this kind of strict training every single day.
That's curious. It's curious that they're getting singing lessons and rap lessons. In my head, I assumed it would have been one or the other based on your individual tastes and your already kind of innate ability. If you already have a kind of fairly decent singing voice, I just assumed you would go to the singing classes. But if you've came up listening to rap and you like rap music and you want to be a rapper, then you would elect for the rap classes. But it turns out, no, if you're joining these kind of K-pop training schools, you're getting, like, it's mandatory to do both. But what if you pass one and fail the other? Also, you're there for like 4 to 5 years. It's quite a rigorous fucking like routine that they've got going on. Here's something that kind of that makes them different from Western pop artists. That's quite unique and kind of decent. And I'm meaning this in purely the sense of manufactured pop music. They've had a grind to get to where they are. And a lot of the Western pop artists really don't. Whereas, rock bands, you've heard loads of stories of rock bands who have been touring in the back of a van around the country for years before they finally manage to make it big. Because then, when they do finally make it big, you're a wee bit more grounded because you've had the grind to get there. Some of the pop artists, especially like pop artists who do things like go to Pop Idol or X Factor, get discovered, get it big. They've not done the grind. So then when it's all suddenly thrust upon them, there's nothing there to keep your feet on the ground. And your ego could fucking run rampant because everybody around you suddenly telling you that you're absolutely stunning. These guys is like they've worked for it and they've had probably quite a significant amount of competition to get there in the first place. Then you've got like 5 years worth of hard fucking work. So and none of that is actually then a guarantee of a career afterwards. Because what if the public just don't like you? That's fucked. That's a scary proposition.
From morning to nighttime.
What is it about Korea that is making this entertainment that doesn't just work domestically, but internationally?
K-팝의 가장 큰 매력이 중독되는 멜로디가 있대요. 강렬한 퍼포먼스가 같이 조합되는 게 굉장히 큰 시너지를 준다고. 얼굴이나 이런 거 봤을 때 완전 동양 사람인데 그런 서양의 느낌도 갖고 있으면서
Anyone who's ever seen a K-pop video would know everyone just seems like these gods and goddesses of pop music.
Heavy makeup, all that stuff, very thin.
They're almost like untouchable. I think that's where the passion comes from too. They're just so high above you that you can't help but completely worship them.
한류 그 다음에 그런 아이콘, 새로운 문화 아이콘은 저희 때부터 시작을 할 것 같아요. 시작을 했고요.
Making their US TV debut, make some noise for BTS.
5년 후 정도 정말 이제 미국까지 완전 진출하는 그런 그룹이 동양에서 나오지 않을까 싶어요.
The K-pop band at the UN General Assembly, BTS, becoming the first Korean artist to headline Wembley Stadium.
It is BTS mania.
I really want to see that UN speech.
Hey yo, Hitman Bang introduces Hit It, the second audition. 프로듀서 방시혁이고요. 2011년 Hit It 힙합 오디션 두 번째 기회로 여러분을 찾아왔습니다. 제가 힙합 문화를 이끌어갈 여러분들을 찾고 있는데요. 2011년 Hit It 오디션 방탄소년단의 멤버가 될 주인공을 기다리고 있습니다. 올해 Hit It 오디션에서는요, 작년과는 다르게 랩, 댄스, 노래까지 다양한 장르에서 배틀 형식으로 이루어질 예정인데요. 왜냐하면 힙합은 문화니까 얼마나 매력적인 분들이 또 얼마나 많이 참여해 주실지 너무 기대가 됩니다. 지금까지 hitman bang 방시혁이었습니다. 감사합니다.
빅히트 엔터테인먼트라는 방시혁 씨가 대표인 회사인데,
저는 음악을 듣는 사람들에게 울림을 줄 수 있는 컨텐츠를 정말 잘 만들어내는 것에 집착합니다.
운명하셨습니다.
2013 itself, the number of prospective people that wanted to become K-pop singers reached past 1 million.
Getting into one of those entertainment agencies doesn't guarantee their debut these days.
방탄소년단의 모든 멤버는 지방에서 막 서울로 올라온 어린 학생들이었습니다. 우리 회사도 이른바 주류라고 볼 수는 없었죠. 그러나 한 가지 자신은 있었습니다. 이 빛나는 재능을 가진 친구들과 함께 의미 있는 무언가를 만들어낼 수 있을 것 같다는 확신이었습니다.
I think what makes K-pop is the time that we spend as a trainee.
안녕하세요.
That's
We
my
all
boy.
live together, sort of like a boarding school, like a trainee version.
저희 진짜 연습생 때 항상 여기를 다녔었고 또 이 밑이 바로 연습실이에요. 저희 지하층이. 그래서 저희가 연습실을 항상 다니면서 저희 이모님께서 너무 저희를 잘 챙겨주시고 심지어 방학 때는 하루에 2끼를 다 여기 와서 먹었어요.
잘 될 거라고 난 믿어요. 딴 애들하고 틀려갖고 얼마나 애들 예의 바르고 똑똑하고 진짜로 잘 되리라고 생각해요. 또 잘 돼야 되고 방탄소년단 파이팅!
잘 지내요. 너무 맛있었어요. What's up, everybody? This is Rap Monster from BTS, and I'm here for the first English song, finally.
That's weird to hear him with like what sounds to be quite a decent American accent. So, right, the guy that owns Big Hit, he's basically Nick Fury. The Western audience of pop fans is Thanos, and Nick Fury's gone about going, right, time to get me my Avengers. I'm going to assume RM because he's the first one he's went to. He's Iron Man.
처음에는 건 학교나 사각의 빙 위에서의 나만의 삶 누군가는 그저 판관에 대한 정당화를 본이라 하겠지만
네, 안녕하세요. 랩몬스터입니다. 20살의 리더고요. 이름처럼 팀에서 랩을 맡고 있습니다. 제가 언더그라운드로 원래 가려고 했었는데 근데 이제 그 기획사 오디션 언더그라운드에 유명한 기획사가 있었거든요. 언터처블의 슬리피 선배님이랑 하요비 선배님이 같이 오셨어요. 그래서 저를 보시고 아마 슬리피 선배님이 저를 마음에 들어 하신 건지 연락처를 주시고 가셨습니다.
I've been rapping for like since 2007. It's like 7 years. When I came here, it was 2010. It's like 3 years ago. The company told me that you don't need to dance first, but you know it has changed. The project, the whole thing was changing, and I had to dance, you know, to survive. I don't know how to move my body, you know, like technically or beautifully. So I was really angry and I was just stressed out. As time passed by, my dancing teachers, they taught me that, they showed me that dancing is a cool thing. I have to go now. Okay, so finish. Dance is cool. Dance is good stuff, right? Right. But rapping is cooler. Hip hop, yeah. Thank you.
See, to be fair though, right, you could actually, I can totally understand his thought process of he's went into this, he wants to be like rapper, and I'm assuming he's had dreams of becoming big rapper, getting accepted in the Western market and getting like respect in the Western market with his rapping and stuff. So then to get told 3 years into it, by the way, you need to start dancing and stuff, which I'm assuming he kind of saw as being not really a legitimate thing to go and do whilst he's rapping, and it maybe diluting his art form somewhat. That I can see how that would be difficult. Like if I was playing in a band and like in a rock band on stage, and then they said to me, by the way, you need to start dancing, I'd be like, fuck off. We're a rock band. Then you look at OK Go, and they went massive Soma. Who's right? Who's wrong? I'm wrong. Listen, I'm aware. Because they're going to tell me in the comments anyway. I'm wrong. Maybe not for what I've just said, but for anything that I've said during this, there's going to be something that I've said that's wrong. And I get that. I'm taking full culpability right now. I apologise. I was wrong. And that is for past and future comments. The lawyers have told me I need to say that.
2013년 1월 24일 지낼지.
안녕하세요. 방탄소년단의 맏형 진입니다. 나이는 22살이고 팀에서 보컬을 맡고 있습니다.
아이자 보컬리스트.
학교를 준비를 하다가 길거리 캐스팅을. 오늘은 다시 추워진 것 같다. 오랜만에 다시 겨울이 온 것 같았고 감기에 걸리지 않으려면 옷을 든든히 입어야겠다고 생각했다. 가족이 주위에서 날 챙겨주지 않으니 내가 챙겨야겠다는 그런 생각을 했다. 2013년 1월 24일 지낼지.
Did they like leave their families? I mean, if they're there from sometime in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, I think they said that they all sleep together in a like. That means that there's like 4 or 5 years where they just don't see their family. I'm assuming they maybe get like weekends off. You'd hope. That's fucking mental. I mean, I guess boarding schools kind of do that as well. But I also think boarding schools are mental. I know he's 22, but he's the oldest. And I'm pretty sure one of them's like, when they joined, was like 15 or 16. Pretty sure he's really young. One of them. Can't remember their name. He was cast on his way to school. I don't know when this was filmed. He's 22 there. How long into him being a part of the training and being a part of BTS was this? Wait, that's 2013. Let's do some maths here. Right, so he's 23 and that was 2013. RM got signed up in, I think, 2007, if I remember rightly. So he would have been 17 then. So he's either 17 or 18, I think, when he joined BTS. I could be wrong about that. I put my detective hat on and that's what I'm coming up with, but I could be wrong.
2013년 2월 8일 전국의 일지.
방탄의 막내 정국입니다. 나이는
There you
17이고요.
go.
팀에서 춤, 노래를
There you go. He's 16. Mental. Mental.
담당하고 있습니다.
근데 자기가 슈퍼스타 K를 보고 떨어졌는데 오디션에서 명함을 많이 받았다. 그러면서 명함들을 이렇게
지금 시간에 11시 39분 댄스 레슨을 마쳐 왔는데 오늘은 드디어 내가 졸업을 했다.
Oh, you looks like a wee baby.
기분이 엄청 좋을 줄 알았는데 막상 졸업을 해보니 기분이 그렇게 썩 좋진 않다. 그렇다.
막내 졸업식에 진영이랑 나랑 슈가 형이랑 같이 갔는데 약간은 의젓해지지 않을까 하는 기대도 가져본다.
시민입니다. 나이는 19이고요. 팀에서 춤과 보컬을 맡고 있습니다. 부산에 있을 때 부산 예고에 다닐 때는 제가 무용을
Wait, I just want to flex for a second, right? So Jimin, I'm pretty sure he's like the professional dancer out of the group, and he did street dancing. If I remember rightly, he was the one who decided to incorporate street dancing with kind of like normal kind of pop style dancing. I don't know what fucking style you would call that. And tweaked it into this kind of weird hybrid dance style that they then all had to learn. As much as I don't give a fuck about dancing, that's still pretty cool. Also, that man is absolutely fucking ripped. That's ridiculous. But yeah.
였었는데요. 저한테는 진짜 어려운 과제였던 것 같아요. 그때부터 항상 춤을 춰왔기 때문에
랩몬스터 형이랑 슈가 형이랑 작업 때문에 일찍 못 내려가는 건 되게 안타깝게 생각하고 있는데 얼른 끝내고 푹 쉬러 갔으면 좋겠고 나도 이제 쉬러 갑니다.
평가 끝나고 점수 같은 거 나와요. 누가 A고 누가 B고 누가 C고
오늘의 할당 몸무게가 있어요.
몇 그램 빼고 막
네. 와. 그래서 그거를 하루에 무조건 빼야 귀가를 할 수 있는.
못 빼면은?
못 빼면 뺄 때까지 하다 가야 돼요. 근데 그러고 나서 월말 평가 때 몸무게가 안 나오면은 진짜로 잘라버리는 거죠.
Jesus Christ.
아웃되는 친구들이 한 명, 두 명 정도는 있어야 얘네들이 자극을 받고 더 노력을 하지 않을까 싶기도 합니다.
같이 연습하다가 갑자기 울고 있어요. 너 왜 울어? 나 잘렸어. 그런 친구들이 너무 많아요. 갑자기 불안감 오면서 나도 언젠간 저렇게 될 수 있는 거구나.
그런 식으로 이렇게 뭐 이건 데뷔는 없다, 뭐 앞으로 앨범은 없다 이렇게 아니면 뭐 누구 나가라 이렇게 되는 경우가 많죠. 경쟁, 경쟁. Everything was 경쟁 that time.
연습생들끼리 엄청 경쟁이 심하대요. 데뷔를 하려고.
I remember having to send a good friend of mine home every month because they got eliminated from the test. Like, it's really harsh.
It wasn't a very happy vibe.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Starting at such a young age, I was just like, okay, if that's what it is, I have to do it. If that's what I want, if I want to chase my dreams, that's what I have to do.
The K-pop industry has faced criticism for its handling of trainees. Still, the lure of becoming a K-pop idol remains a huge draw for many.
You read the news back home, and there's all the sorts of fear around K-pop and how it's treating the idols badly. But we do the same with football academies. We do it with all sorts of sport. You have to start kids young because that's how you develop the muscle memory. Is it any different to what we do? I don't know.
Nah, to be fair, okay. No, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Like, you think about the training regimes that, like, American football stars go through. It's the same idea. It's just as, like, physically vigorous. The potential to just get cut on a whim is just the same. There's the same level of competition and same level of reward at the end of it. The biggest difference I would say here is the isolation There's a lot of Western things that do all of this stuff. I can't think of any that does all of this stuff. American football, you can get cut in a fucking win in American football. Like that, just you're cut, or you're sent somewhere else, whatever. Right? That happens all the fucking time. Football academies in Britain, yeah, same kind of thing. Ballerinas, gymnasts, they've got to look after their weight, and they can get cut for that kind of stuff. There's nothing that I can think of that like isolates you from your family, whilst also starving you, whilst also putting you into such direct competition with the people around you, with such like a slim chance of it coming to anything. The perseverance and the bravery of these guys, like regardless of whether you give a fuck about their music in any way, you kinda got to admire the balls on it. I'm not comfortable with the idea of turning around to a young girl who's like maybe like 15 and going, you didn't manage to lose like an extra pound, you're too fat to be in this band, see you later. I think the lasting effects of that is particularly damaging. That's something that should be looked at.
I think so.
$20,000 2013년 2월 14일 제이홉의 첫 로고 해피 발렌타인데이.
네, 안녕하세요. 제이홉입니다. 나이는 20살이고요. 팀에서 랩, 춤, 노래를 담당하고 있고 이름처럼 희망적인 존재입니다.
광주에서 막 이제 서울 올라와가지고 아무것도 모르고 죽기 살기로 서바이벌 그런 오디션을 생활을 겪으면서 그렇게 지내고
지금까지 춰왔던 춤을 더 프로답고 더 멋있게 잘 추고 싶다. 이 두 가지 목표를 꼭 이뤄서 방탄이 데뷔할 때 대중분들께나 팬분들께 꼭 좋은 모습으로 보여드리고 싶다. 2013년 2월 14일 제이홉의 첫 로그 끝. 요즘에 어떻게 지내고 있나 되고
준비 단계에서 좀 위기가 많이 있었어. 방탄소년단으로 합류하기까지 위기가 많이 있었는데 그때마다 정말 놀라울 정도의 그 발전들을 미션들을 이제 다 클리어해 오더라고요.
연습 시간을 강제하지도 않았고 생활을 통제하지도 않았습니다. 모든 것에 자유를 주고 멤버들이 자발적으로 참여할 수 있게 했습니다. 그들에게 딱 한 가지만을 요구했습니다. 방탄소년단의 음악은 방탄소년단 내면에 있는 이야기가 되어야 한다는 것이었죠.
2013년
That's genius, because that you've taken the blueprint of all the other things and then done it in a much healthier way that then also gives the guys autonomy to decide for themselves how much they wouldn't want to put in. And your only stipulation is if you're gonna go and like write music, make it personal, which then takes it a step away from the manufactured stuff, which is the whole accusation I made at the very fucking beginning, is that all the stuff is manufactured, because my knowledge of K-pop was there's overlords and they're training these folk and it's like one big factory of just music and spectacle and performance. That was my impression of it. This guy's went, right, the only way to go and break away from that stuff, because I'm assuming quite a small agency can't really compete with the big dogs. The best way to then compete with them is to go for authenticity above sheer marketing clout. By doing that and giving the guys the autonomy, that's gonna make them stronger long term, because it practices their muscles of songwriting and production and stuff, which is all stuff that they're now very, very fucking good at. That's clever for Nick Fury. Next up, we've got Suga, who is, in my opinion, I could be wrong in this, but I'm seeing him as Captain America.
3월 5일 슈가의 로그.
약자를 약하게 만들고 강자를 강하게 만들었지. 강자니까 약한 자 당연히 그렇게 당하게 만들었지.
안녕하세요, 슈가입니다. 나이는 21살이고요. 팀에서 랩을 맡고 있습니다. 저 같은 경우는 이제 2010년에 저희 회사에서 이제 지금 히릿이라는 전국 랩 오디션이 있었는데 2등을 해서 네, 이제 회사에 이제 들어오게 됐습니다. 그리고 연습생이 되었죠.
일주일 넘게 지금 타이틀곡 작업을 하느라 약간 강행군을 하고 있는데 나의 인내심의 한계를 느끼고 있다. 수도 없이 많은 수정들을 하고 있어서 어쩔 수 없이 아침에 잘 수밖에 없는 상황이 됐다. 빨리 여러분께 좋은 음악을 들고 찾아갔으면 하는 바람이 크다.
요즘 형들을 보면 정말 고생이 많다. 그리고 형들은 매일 한 6시나 7시쯤에 들어와서 자는데 정말 대단한 것 같다. 아이고, 고생이 많습니다.
이제 식단도 하고 있고 그리고 이번 주 들어서 이제 자켓 앨범 사진을 대비해서 이제 프로필 사진 같은 걸 찍는데
Is that a BTS song? Because it feels like it could be like Wu-Tang Clan. Or like an old school hip hop song. Okay, that's curious. I might check that one out.
전반적으로 괜찮은 것 같아요. 역시 저는 슈가 씨의 사진이 제일 마음에 들어요.
당연히 전정국이죠. 이 사람이 제일 잘 나온 것 같아요. 누군지 모르겠는데 아우 잘생겼어.
일단 전 아니에요. 최초로 양심적인 이제 진영이 슈가나 지민이 잘 나왔어. 지민이 잘 나왔어. 지민이.
카메라 배터리가 없어서 빨리 찍고 할 말이 있는데 오늘은 우리 팀의 특징에 대해서 일단 우리 팀의 리더 포스가 최고인 것 같다. 그런데 우리 팀 리더의 장난기가 많아서 귀여운 면도 엄청 많다는 사실.
목자가 많다. 나중에 먹을
그리고 하고자 하는 게 있으면 꼭 해야 돼서 정말 멋있는 형인 것 같다. 그다음 슈가 형. 우리 슈가 형은 옆집 동네 형 같다. 장난기가 너무 많고 연습실에서 막 연습하는 거 보면 진짜 멋있다. 다른 사람 같아. 그리고 막내 귀엽다. 하는 짓도 어벙벙 말하는 것도 어벙벙. 내가 얘를 귀엽다고 하면 다 이상하게 생각할 것 같다. 아무튼 귀엽다. 그리고 우리 팀 맏형 지인 형 보다 알다시피 우리 팀 비주얼이라서 잘생겼다. 그래서 가끔 부럽다. 요리도 잘한다. 그리고 우리 팀의 제이홉 형 로고 찍을 때
바지를 샀다. 소녀.
They just seem like lovely guys. They just seem like they'd be weirdly really geeky. They just seem like really geeky and funny, kinda cute. I I can see why folk like them. Watching them interact with each other, I find almost more enjoyable than listening to their music. Listen, that wasn't meant as an insult. I understand that you might take that as an insult, but that's not the way it's supposed to be.
그래도 우리 팀에 엄마 같은 존재다. 춤도 잘 추고 춤 잘 추는 엄마? 그런 느낌? 그리고 우리 팀의 매력을 한몫하는 것 같다. 그렇지 않는가? 친구들이 그랬는데 다 특이하고 귀여운 것 같아. 나만 그렇게 생각하는가? 일단 이거 말한 건 비밀이고 2013년 3월 25일 지민의 일지 끝!
정말 시기가 다가오고 있다는 걸 좀 몸소 절절하게 좀 느꼈고 내일부터는 정말 지금 폭풍 전야인 것 같다. 내일부터는 진짜 뭔가 각오가 돼서 왔다. 열심히 달리고 하면 안 될 것도 없을 것 같다는 생각이다. 파이팅 하자. 이제 끝.
We are bulletproof. We are bulletproof.
요즘 들어 바쁜 나날들을 보내고 있는데 댄스 8시간에 끝나고 바로 녹음을 한다.
3년 동안 연습을 하면서 그런 피땀이 흐려있는 그런 곡이 아닌가 싶습니다.
뭔가 좀 되게 친구들 다 대학 가고 캠퍼스 가서 이제 뭐 연애도 하고 뭐 그런 거 보면 듣고 보면 뭔가 조금 부럽기도 하고 솔직히 그렇지. 하지만 우린 데뷔를 할 거니까 뭐. 그래 그렇지. 모든 사람의 부러움을 가지고.
힘들지 않나?
안 힘듭니다. 요즘은 너무 아프다. 힘들고 아프고 지치고 피곤하고.
I tried to quit the team because of just dance. You know, it was exhausting me.
춤 영상을 찍었는데 오늘은 특별하게 지옥이었어.
지옥이었어. 너무 힘들었어요.
생각만 끔찍해.
리얼 플랫폼 파트 2 안무에 개인 안무에서 무릎을 찍으면서 그런 동작이 있는데 바닥에 무릎을 찍다 보니 허벅지 쪽이 살짝 부상이 있어가지고 허벅지에 피를 뽑은 적이 있어요.
뭐 응원 메시지 많이 보내주세요. 그러나 다 보고 확인하고 있으니까
힘이 듭니다.
진짜 힘이 들고 진짜.
I don't know. This is kind of interesting. They filmed this on the build up to them releasing their first single, I think. Who's watching this? Is this a normal thing that other K-pop bands also do? Or did they decide to try and get like a grassroots fan base through showing the build up of the band before they've even released any music or anything? If they're the first people to have done that, that's fucking genius. Like from a marketing standpoint, you come along and then it's like this, like the story of here's like how like 7 guys and they've not done anything yet, but we've put them together, we're forming a band, basically a reality TV show with these guys, but they're the ones that are controlling the narrative, they're filming it all, they're putting up what they want to put up, and they're keeping you invested in the story on the build up to the grand finale, then releasing their first song. That's a fucking genius marketing ploy. And I don't know if they're the first people to have done that, but it's really fucking clever.
그런 기념으로 오늘의 녹음은 끝!
드디어 시작이구나. 그래, 화이팅 해야지.
열심히 준비했고 정말 우리들의 이야기로 만든 음악들이다. 추월 거짓도 없고 가사도 정말 중점적으로 잘 들어봐 주시면 좋겠고 퍼포먼스도 기대해 주셨으면 좋겠다. 화이팅이다. 모두들 바쁘게 살자. 방탄소년단 화이팅.
2013년 5월 17일 방탄의 로그! 사실 이제 이 로그를 끝으로 이제 저희가 데뷔 전까지는 로고가 없을 것 같습니다.
아쉽네요.
아쉽다.
다음에 또 만나.
날 때 이제는 우리가 헤어져야 할 시간. 다음에 또 만나요. 여러분 사랑해요.
아 그건 제 역할이라니까요.
해줘. 사랑해요 여러분. 2013년 5월 17일 방탄의 로그 여기서 끝. 안녕.
네, 카운트다운 최초 공개 핫 데뷔 방탄.
Okay, well, right, that was chapter 1 of the rise of Bangtan 7. That was interesting. There's, right, so it's kind of went into, in a fair amount of depth, difficulties of just being in the band at the very start of it. I'm curious what the next chapters have, if they go into like problems and hardships that they came up against after they started releasing music. I'm interested to see how their first batch of music got received by South Korea. I kind of want to see then, like, because they are outliers in the industry, I kind of want to see how the industry then treats them. So I think that will be in future episodes, which if it is, let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely check them out, because that's quite a good series. And I want to take a wee moment to say, right, in a moment of like Olive Branch, me being nice to you guys, that was a very, very well put together documentary. It showed a lot of love in the making of that. It was really, really fucking professionally done. Well done, guys. I know that sounds really fucking condescending coming from me. Genuinely, like, there's not a lot of artists out there where the fan base would go to such a length just to go and explain the backstory of the band to newcomers. I appreciate that you have done that and have done such a professional job of it, because it makes it easy for me to come in, watch it, get the info that I need. At the same time, it was sad, it was funny, it gets me to know some of the... I still don't know everybody's names, and I still can't tell them all apart at the moment because there's fucking 7 of them, but I'm starting to know some of them. I'm kind of latching on to like 1 or 2 and being able to go, right, okay, that's that guy. Like, I know RM now. As soon as he comes on, I'm like, that's RM. Kinda know Suga most of the time, and Jin, because Jin's my boy. Yeah, that was really interesting. It was really interesting. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Does the future episodes of that series explain the stuff that I would like to know about? Because if so, then I'm definitely going to do more. But guys, that was the documentary The Rise of the Bangtan 7, made by you guys. I've been markabusi. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.